Toxic parenting stories. Words that shape a child's life. Every child deserves love and care from their parents, but what happens when those closest to them leave scars with their words? In 2008, over 50,000 children in the U.S. were documented as victims of emotional abuse by their parents, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Words, even unintended, can wound deeply, shaping a child's self-esteem, personality, and future. Through heartfelt stories, we explore 8 ways toxic words from parents can impact a child's life, especially for our American audience aged 30 to 45 reflecting on their past or raising their own kids. Story 1. The sting of appearance-based criticism. Imagine a young girl, Mia, growing up in suburban Chicago. Her mother often sighed, "You're too chubby, Mia. Why can't you look slimmer?" These words echoed in Mia's mind, making her obsess over her body. By her teens, she struggled with an eating disorder, feeling unworthy because of her appearance. Parents should uplift their kids, teaching them to love themselves regardless of looks, not plant seeds of insecurity that bloom into lifelong struggles. Story 2. Questioning a child's nature. In a small Texas town, Ethan was a quirky kid who loved dancing to his own beat. But his father's constant remarks, "Why do you move so weirdly? Can't you act normal?" made Ethan shrink. He stopped dancing, fearing judgment, and even as an adult, he struggled to be himself in social settings. Sarcastic or critical questions about a child's natural behavior can trap them in a cycle of self-doubt, haunting them into adulthood. Story 3. Wishing a child away. Growing up in New York, Sarah overheard her mother whisper, "I wish you were never born." Those words cut deeper than any knife, making Sarah feel like her existence was a mistake. She battled depression in her 20s, questioning her worth. Telling a child they shouldn't exist can shatter their sense of identity, leading to self-harm or early mental health struggles. Parents should make their kids feel cherished, not regretted. Story 4. The burden of existence. In California, Jake's parents often complained, "You're so expensive. Raising you is exhausting." Jake learned to hide his needs, feeling like a burden. By his teens, he started shoplifting, desperate to feel in control. According to Nemours, lack of affection can push kids toward destructive behaviors like stealing or aggression. When parents frame their child as a hurdle, it teaches them to suppress their feelings to avoid conflict. Story 5. The pain of comparison. In Atlanta, siblings Lily and Max were pitted against each other. Their father would say, "Why can't you be smart like Max, Lily?" Or, "Max, your sister works harder than you." This bred resentment, tearing their bond apart. Comparing kids to siblings or peers crushes their self-esteem and fosters jealousy, preventing them from building their own identities. Every child deserves to shine in their own way. Story 6. Words that break confidence. In Seattle, Emma's father called her stupid whenever she struggled with math. Those words became her inner voice, convincing her she'd never succeed. As an adult, she hesitated to pursue her dreams, fearing failure. Labeling a child as useless or a loser destroys their confidence. Parents should inspire belief in their kids, not tear them down with absolute, hurtful remarks. Story 7. Threats of abandonment. Growing up in Miami, Lucas lived in fear after his mother shouted, "I'll leave you one day, and you'll be alone." That threat lingered, making him cling to relationships as an adult, terrified of being abandoned. Threatening to leave a child plants deep fears of rejection, affecting their ability to trust others later in life. Parents should provide security, not uncertainty. Story 8. Broken promises. In Ohio, Sophia's dad promised, "If you get good grades, I'll take you to Disneyland." She worked hard, but the trip never happened. Over time, Sophia stopped trusting promises, feeling betrayed. Empty promises teach kids not to rely on others, breaking their trust. Parents should keep their word or avoid making commitments they can't fulfill. Words may not leave physical marks, but they can shape a child's psyche for a lifetime. Childhood builds who we are, our beliefs, behaviors, and confidence. Have you experienced words like these? Or know someone who has? Share this video to spread awareness about the power of words in parenting. Let's remind parents, current and future, to speak with love and care. Subscribe to our channel for more stories on mental health, and thank you for watching.